Right, guys, we gotta redo Paragon boards. So there's more bugs. More bugs have been discovered by me. Or whatever, if it's not, I don't know if it's bugs, but you know, there's just more stuff not working, which is actually pretty important. So basically most Sorg builds have to be updated. Like I would say close to all actually have to be updated. So Fridgit Fate is not working. I mean, it's working, but it's not working as you might think it's working. Basically, it's useless. Which is actually a pretty big deal. Because like literally every Sorg build used to pick this because it, you know, it's free 30% damage. Apparently it's not working. I just tested that. I will make a video about that at some point, but you know, for now just so Fridgit Fate also does only multiply with your additive vulnerable damage, so it literally does nothing. So yeah, so I have to rework the Paragon boards here a little bit. I don't even know if you would get these now. Doesn't change a whole lot, but it frees up some nodes there, definitely. Wait, this is the wrong pass. But this is such a horrible board for passing through, honestly. But you know, I mean, you can't even pick up this lucky hit here. So where do you pass? This way, right? Probably. No, first, well, I'm redoing Paragon because Fridgit Fate is bugged. So, but yeah, I will continue making that build today. It's only going to be a short stream, but I just want to it's not depending if Firebolt enchantment is needed or not. It depends again on your playstyle. So if you're just going for bosses, it's not needed. If you want to have, you know, it really depends on how high your gear is. I also said it in the video guides. If your gear is high enough, you can basically remove it because you only care about boss damage from that point. But first of all, don't underestimate the boss damage it does. It's actually relatively significant. So, again, I have the breakpoints here for you, right? So there's attack speed breakpoints. And you're gonna have, so at 113% attack speed, you're gonna have 20 frames. That's around Tal Rushering, yeah. So at 128.2, you have 19 frames. And at 136.9, 138.2, you have 18 frames. So you would have to reach 138.2 for the highest possible attack speed frames. And that's not possible with Tal Rushering. And the next lower one is actually 128.2. And I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be possible with Tal Rushering. I will try it out for now. But I didn't try if you need the ring or not yet. But I'm doing this today. So, let's see. This is not required, right? Nope. Good. Then we close with Icefall. There's 31 now. I want to get Enchantment Master. Let's just try the regular one. We have 14 points. That's pretty nice, I guess. I don't like this bot. I don't know if this is perfect. The other bot might be better, the static search one. I didn't test that actually, which one is better to pass. But I gotta assume they are pretty much identical. So not sure, but anyway, so we have all these points now for free basically, because you know we don't need to pick Fridgit Fate anymore because it doesn't work. So what we can do is we can basically get us free Enchantment Master. Let's just remove these two. Wait, that fits perfectly. So now, what attack speed am I sitting at? Elixirs. Okay, so really important, right? Get those breakpoints. Check the description of the stream. If you're playing this, I know I only have the breakpoints for Want and Focus yet, so I still will do the breakpoints with the 200 stuff, right? But right now I need the breakpoints for Want and Focus. So if you're playing Want and Focus, check those breakpoints in the description. So there's really like a very significant breakpoint is the one between 113 and 128 attack speed. And then you have 128 until 138. So the the breakpoint from 19 frames to 18 frames is basically just 10. It's basically just 10 attack speed, right? And the one between 21 and the one between 20 and 19 frames is actually 15 attack speed, which is a little weird. I thought I would have expected it to be the other way around, honestly. But so that's the story, right? So yeah, nobody cares about the crit damage tempers, honestly. It makes no difference. I actually, it might make a difference, but you know, I still have to figure out crit because I'm pretty sure crit doesn't work as expected as well. I didn't test that yet, but I'm pretty sure that that Devouring Blaze is not a crit multi. I'm pretty sure Devouring Blaze is useless at this point, okay? So here's the thing, right? So same with the vulnerable, there's a bunch of stuff which is not working, and that's everything which, well, the two tips are not even reliable. But basically the two aspects are not working and Fridgit Fate is not working. And if you look at the difference between Fridgit Fate, right, it says you deal bonus damage to vulnerable enemies equal to whatever, right? So this one doesn't work, right? This one just multiplies with your vulnerable damage, so literally it does nothing. And if you compare this with Icefall, Icefall says your frost skills deal 15% increased damage to vulnerable enemies. So maybe it's like the word increase there. So this one is a multiplier, right? And this one is not a multiplier. This one literally does not multiply your whole damage. It just multiplies your vulnerable additive damage. And it's extremely stupid, but basically it's useless. Okay, so, and I think it's the same with crit damage actually, but I have to test that. There's like so many bugs I have to test. But anyway, so I want to see about the attack speed breakpoints here and where I am. Because I think I'm pretty close to the highest one. What's this? These are so expensive. Right. So let's see where I am. So I'm at 83.2. And the breakpoint is at 88.2. Okay. So right now I'm basically, if I would revert back one breakpoint, I could go back to 78.2. Or I would have to go up to 88.2. So with Tal Russia, you will not reach the 88.2 breakpoint, like never. It's not possible. But you might actually, so if you would play Tal Russia, you would have to revert to the lower breakpoint, which is at 78.2 attack speed. That is basically what it comes down to. And I think if I max all my rings, I will reach the highest breakpoint actually. But I think I have one greater. No, there's both greater affix, right? Okay, I changed it already. So I only this one is the bad one. Well, it's not bad, but this is like not really a ring I like. But I'm still gonna upgrade it anyway now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upgrade my stuff here. So let's masterwork this one here first, right? Oh, look at that. Garbage. So now I am at 83.6. So again, I need 88.2. So let's upgrade this one here. $84.5. So I'm not going to reach it with the rings alone. But wait. I'm not very lucky today. So I'm at 85.4% basically. So I'm missing... There's nothing where I can get attack speed from at this point. So I'm basically missing 3% attack speed to reach the next breakpoint. Fridgit Fate is bugged in a bad way. Yeah, it's not working. So... So I need 3% more attack speed, which is pretty annoying because the only way to get 3% more attack speed is Paragon. And that will be somewhere, where is it? This one here. So that would cost me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 nodes. Or, no, wait. Okay, this one, right? So it would cost me 8 nodes basically, which is, you know, it is expensive. It's very expensive, but I still think it's better than Enchantment Master though. So I'm just gonna, I just want to check it, right? So I could really optimize with one more or two more crits on attack speed. I could actually get the attack speed the proper way. I'm just gonna hit these now. So now I'm at 89.1. So that this is the highest breakpoint. This is 18 frames, so you cannot go any higher on Frozen Orb basically. And what am I gonna do with all these points now? I don't even know. Get some additive stuff here. So many useless points. Whatever. Whatever. Alright, so now I would have the highest attack speed. And with the highest attack speed, we can try the following here. So I have to upgrade one of these. This one here, preferably. Okay, I'm already out of resources, unfortunately. Right, so we have lucky hit on this one. And we have this one here. And now we go for Fortune. Again, Hydras are not going to make mobs burning. Hydras are just going to make bosses burning. Hydra burning really doesn't work in the dungeon. They are not going to make more than 1 or 2 mobs at a time burning, so it really depends. If you don't have problems going through the dungeon fast enough, you can definitely switch. But it's not like the Hydras are going to take care of burning for you. It's really just in the boss fights. Like everything else, they're not going to do even like 10% of the burning. It works in a boss fight though, but it doesn't work outside of boss fights. Okay. Oh, this one, this guy here. So now obviously I don't have armor cap with these, right? So, but I didn't enchant these yet. So I can enchant armor on the 1/1. So I guess that's gonna be enough. Right, this can get armor. This is garbage, by the way. Why am I even using this? Anyway. So how much do I need? Is it a good roll? No, this is the it's okay roll. So I guess I can get rid of another diamond here. No, you cannot trade Ubers. So let's remove this gem here. Craft another. So it's not optimal right now because I don't have max armor, so I'm at 77%. So yes, it's gonna be alright, honestly. Right. So we have Flame Shield. I have to put points into Flame Shield. I don't think we even need these. Nobody cares about the stun from Lightning Spear, really. What else can we take off? I think, honestly, like, Devouring Blaze is not working. I can already tell you Devouring Blaze is probably not working. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna test it anyway. Burn radius is good, right? Good. I have 1 point left. Put it. Just get some mana, whatever. Or let's put Elemental Attunement actually. So now we have 4.73 seconds, which is already, like, that is already going to be very close to permanent. Again, I have to change some stuff in the skill trees and everything still. And I don't have a gem in myself right now, which is not optimal, and I know that, but you know, I have to basically remake the whole Paragon board. And I think I have no rune shards, by the way. I have 6. So I just want to try one, if I didn't forget anything major here. Nope. Damage. These aspects are pretty... So I would probably anyway, like... This is the wrong one, by the way. I need concussive strikes. So I would, by the way, barrier duration doesn't matter at all. It's worthless. Vulnerable damage is basically not working, yes. I mean, most of the abilities, well, vulnerable is working, but most of the abilities which are buffing the vulnerable multipliers just multiply with your vulnerable additive damage stat, so they are basically not working. So, wait, how do I play this? Ah, I remember. So I'm now... So this is now the highest possible attack speed breakpoint. Which is... I don't even know how strong that breakpoint is, actually. 18 compared to 19 frames. I think that's like... 5% or something like that. Not 100% sure. But, you know, you can already see, like, my flame shield, right? And I'm not in a boss fight. So in a boss fight, it's going to be significantly stronger. I have to check if the Devouring Blaze is really not working because my... Oh, well, it wouldn't actually affect this damage. But I feel like I'm doing no damage right now. Maybe I, like, screwed something up. I'm not sure at this point. Have to remove damage numbers, though. Yeah, I want to have more cooldown reduction. And more attack speed. As I already said before, right? I have to calculate the breakpoints. And I did calculate the breakpoints, and now it's like basically down to min-maxing. And I didn't check the breakpoints on the two-handed stuff yet, and also not the speed. So it might change again because I'm not done there yet. So I still have to calculate a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I have the attack speed breakpoints. I put them. Yeah, somebody has figured them out. I figured them out. So they're in the description of the stream, the attack speed breakpoints, but they are for want and focus. I did not do the breakpoints for the 200 stuff yet. But I will do that as well. But it's you know, it's a lot of stuff to record and to, you know, count the frames and stuff like that. It all takes like time. So you have to kind of prioritize what you want to do. Of course cold damage is applied to frozen orb. Like what do you think it would be applied to? Fireball? So, but basically what it comes down to is, I think you can play Tal Rasha Ring and just get down one attack speed breakpoint. So I think that would actually not be such a huge deal. Because even though I say don't play Tal Rasha Ring, it kind of changes with the boss fight. So it changes if you want to clear like a tier 100 hit. Because you cannot use the, for example, damage to crowd controlled anymore. So you cannot use aspect of control. Because that's not going to be active on bosses. Because you're not going to be always in stagger. So you cannot basically use it anymore. And since Storm Swell and Shredding Blades cannot be used, there's like no alternative aspects to use anymore. That's the biggest problem. So I still don't think Tal Rasha is good. But, you know, there's just no aspects which give you the damage. And that's kind of the story there. So now let's see how close we get to permanent here. So you see I'm like at 2 seconds with Flame Shield, right? So actually very close. So I mean, I guess you can face tank all this stuff already pretty comfortable on this this cooldown level, right? You know, I think Devouring Blast might actually be working because I'm like doing absolutely horrible damage here. But yeah, I mean, so far, like, you know, I'm like a couple of frames away from permanent Flame Shield, so it's definitely gonna work with Ice Blades. If I switch to Enchantment Master and if I just get either more cooldown reduction, well, I guess I have to get more cooldown reduction or more Flame Shield duration, like one of the both of them, well, not both of them, probably just one of them. And it's gonna be fine, so definitely not a problem to achieve it. So I think Devouring Blaze might be working. That's something on my list I have to figure out. But so for now I have to find 4 skill points. So here's the thing, right? I can remove Hydra because Flame Shield is gonna give me, well, it's not gonna give me permanent burn, but yeah, it just burns while it's active, right? So this is not optimal, right? So if I had permanent Flame Shield, right, I could remove the points from Hydra here to get the permanent Flame Shield, but I don't have those yet. So I have to kind of remove some kind of damage because I think Devouring Blaze I need. Which is, you know, I don't really like this at this point. Wonder if this one is a multiplier. I have to test Icy Touch as well, by the way. This might also not be working like the other vulnerable ones. So at this point, I guess I could just remove Elemental Dominance. Or I could remove Ah, no, wait. I can remove these garbage here. I don't need this. Nobody needs these defensive points here. So, yeah. 89.1. So the next breakpoint would be 78.2. So let's say I would put on a Tarasha ring now. I have some. Like a million of those. Doesn't actually matter which one I take. So if I put on a Tarasha ring for my weakest one here, I would go down to 69.4. So that is not enough. So I would have, I would need 78.2. So I guess if you want to really play this with Tarasha to get infinite flame shield, you can either revert down to the lower breakpoint, which is, well, this is pretty much, no, we have to reach 78.2. So I guess it would be okay if we could reach 78.2, but I don't see this happening right now. Might as well also go for Ancient Flame, because what happens if you go for Ancient Flame, you can actually go for the 18 attack speed breakpoint. And I honestly don't think the key passive matters all that much. So it might be worth, you know, just regardless going back to Asus Ferocity and Ancient Flame, because the aspects are useless, most of them. I mean, this one's okay, but control basically becomes useless if you want to try higher bosses, right? So you could basically change this and go for Ancient Flame, then drop your attack speed and still comfortably play with the highest attack speed breakpoint, which would probably be a good solution to this problem. But right now I cannot really do this. Do I have the right ones? So control is basically garbage, unfortunately. Okay. So, I mean, if I keep upgrading these, I will probably already go to, like, infinite or somewhere. I just don't have the materials. So this one went up a little bit, right? So, yeah. What I can do now is I can basically just do, like, I'm not gonna do a very high one because I'm still haven't figured it out, but what I actually can do it because I'm probably not gonna die. So let's just try this. Just gonna go for level 91 now. I just want to see if I can get through the dungeon phase properly. Yeah, the dungeon phase is easy on this level, obviously. Expected this to be more difficult, actually. So in the very end, you can also, like, if you really, like, I don't know how much HP the mobs have on, like, tier 100. But you can actually go into Shatter. Because the key passive is not gonna matter so much at the bosses, I guess. I'm not sure, I have to figure that out. But I'm definitely gonna get this to permanent. I'm having absolutely no worries there. And once I did that, and once I have the breakpoints and everything, I will make a guide for that. But I won't update it before I have figured it out completely. Because there's like really so many changes with all the bugs discovered. I have to disable... Oh god, Vampiric, come on. But I mean, this is tier 91, and this goes pretty easy. And I basically have... Okay, I have a problem with the boss, obviously, because I'm playing control right now. So I basically lose 50% boss damage almost. No, 35% boss damage. So I guess I have to switch this to Ancient Flame and Tarasha Ring, but I don't have an upgraded Tarasha Ring, I guess, at this point. Actually, I have a Legacy one. I could use that. Just for testing. But you really cannot give up the attack speed, because the attack speed is absolutely mandatory. Oh. Because it stacks up your conjurations, and those are basically giving you the perma flame shield. Well, again, the build guide is the build guide. It has nothing to do with the build I'm playing right now. So this build is not figured out yet. And you know, if you play this build without, you know, I can already tell you, if you want to make this build, you're going to need around 5 to 10k of the most expensive Masterworking materials, because there's requirements that you double crit stats in this. So this is really not easy to achieve, like this amount of cooldown reduction. It's not something you can just, you know, try to figure out without like a huge investment, right? So I will definitely say that when I make a guide for this, but you definitely don't expect this build to work like if you really don't commit into this. Okay, so let's do perfect, the double HP boss. What a good benchmark here. Perfect timing here. But as you can see, this is pretty chill. Right, so as you can see, I don't have to move at all. Well, so, but the timing still, obviously it's not perfect, right? But I can basically just, you know, sustain here in the middle. And you know, this Twister guy might actually kill me. Yeah. So there's still like a second missing, which is just, you know, for example, like this is a very bad boss, right? This boss has double the HP, and also this has very bad clones here. So obviously this is built to have permanent flame shield, and without permanent flame shield, obviously going to be a little issue here. So I still have to be, let's call it like a little bit lucky with the timings. And the problem is here, usually, you know, the timings are not going to be an issue, but this boss basically spawns this, you know, this areas which do like permanent damage, right? So I cannot just click it to avoid it, because, you know, this is going to be making damage all the time. So then at some point I just gotta disengage here, because I cannot really deal with, you know, these areas on the ground. Because I literally just, I have to disengage, because I'm basically standing inside them all the time. So I cannot really use my second of flame shield downtime here to just relax, because, you know, there's like shit on the ground everywhere. And that obviously like fucks up the entire build, because I'm not gonna get cooldown reduction while I'm having these. So this is, every other boss, this wouldn't be an issue at all. Well, vulnerable, it is not bad. It doesn't matter, because it's just additive damages. So basically for every other build, I could totally get away with, you know, not having the permanent right now. It's just basically, what? Basically just this boss I cannot. So this is literally the only boss which does this. Shaco, Starless Skies is not good. Also have to disable the damage numbers, it's very important. This is absolutely terrible for this build. Stupid areas on the ground. And there's another boss which like spawns stuff which, you know, it's like really, really bad. But yeah, I mean, you know, in the end, it's gonna work. I know that. Just right now, it's like horrible. I mean, this is tier 92 boss, right? This is not a joke now. And I literally, you know, had like 80% downtime on my damage or something like that because I literally have to dodge all the time, and that's obviously not what this build is tailored for. I mean, I didn't do Uber Duriel and I didn't do Endariel or whatever it's called. But the other ones are like tier 70 somewhere, 75 maybe. So you can easily clear them. It's gonna take you a little bit longer, but there's not a real difficulty. They're not really kill you. So the easiest is like if you want to do like Lord Zur, it's completely you just face tank them and just press flame shield whenever he does like his freaky attacks thing. So I mean, I killed these bosses like literally with no gear. I killed them with 8 out of 12 gear, not really good. I killed them with a Blizzard build with 4 out of 12. So it really wasn't a huge issue at all. I mean, with the Blizzard build, I killed Tormented Lord Zur. I didn't even, you know, I was like level 61. Like I was clearing level 61 without any problems with Blizzard. So with Frozen Orb, it's a little bit different, obviously. But I mean, I just think the boss is super easy because it literally has no mechanics. I mean, if you play that boss, it literally just does one thing. It does like this, you know, this blade attack, whatever, which one-shots you, and it's pretty easy to spot actually, and then you just gotta dodge it. So I felt like that boss was like super easy. Like the fight took a while, don't get me wrong. Like the Frozen Orb fight, the first one took like 2 or 3 minutes. But since the boss didn't do any damage at all, except for like the one-shot attack, which I literally could dodge with Flame Shield every single time, it wasn't really very hard. So I'm gonna I just need like these stones so I can push further. So I want to see if I can get to like 100. But I will probably have to upgrade my gear. But I want to just, you know, see where I hit a brick wall with the current setup. Tormented Varshan was the first boss. I killed it so early, but I didn't do it with Frozen Orb. I did it with Blizzard as well. Wait, where's that thing? Wait, where is the... What is this? He's not... So, I don't know whoever said that he likes Nightmare Dungeons, but you know... I don't believe you. So I don't even have anything which I can change control to. That's why, shouldn't this... Sirens... So I even need to go somewhere now? This one probably, right? They removed the lightning rod bullshit? When did they do that? Yesterday it was still in. No build updates so far. Sorry. Probably gonna take until the weekend. Because I need like... I don't even know how many masterworking materials to update this. It's like so ridiculously expensive. What is this, by the way? This is the old one, right? So this is all correct. I'll make one more update on those pants. So also, I would have to get more cooldown reduction. I guess if you have like a greater FX cooldown reduction, or maybe even 2 greater FX cooldown reduction, it becomes pretty easy. But I literally don't have any of those, so my gear is like very, very unoptimized for this actually. So, why did I just get 1 level up? Because I died 2 times. It is like impossible to count the ice blades, but it's somewhere between 8 and 10 max. It would be more if I could run Enchantment Master, but I cannot run Enchantment Master because right now I have to fix my attack speed. My cooldown reduction is, I don't know, not good. Like 30%. Or maybe 35%. But cooldown reduction is not the most important stat here. Because the ice blades actually do significant cooldown reduction. But I really think it will come down to... I think I will do actually get Tarasha and then switch to Aspect of Ancient Flame. I think that is what I'm gonna do. I know I'm missing out on 15% damage from the key passive, but I just feel like Ancient Flame will be a very, very good investment to reach the highest attack speed breakpoint while not having to play a second attack speed ring. Oh, these have like a lot of HP at this stage. No, it had nothing to do with cooldown reduction cap. The Ice Blade's cooldown is it's a different ability. It just reduces the cooldown every time an Ice Blade attacks, so it has absolutely nothing to do with your cooldown reduction at all. The cooldown reduction basically just reduces the base cooldown on Flame Shield. Obviously, the lower the base cooldown is, the less Ice Blades hits do you need to reduce it. But, you know, so it's basically two components, right? You can max your attack speed, get as many Ice Blades as possible. Also, the Ice Blades get more attack speed, obviously, if you max it. And those reduce the cooldown. And the second pillar is basically the cooldown reduction there. And then, obviously, there's Ice Blades. There's a Flame Shield duration. But I'm already pretty high on Flame Shield duration. But, you know, there's also... You can get way more than I have. So it will be absolutely no problem comfortably reaching this. What? But yes, I'm still like playing aspects which do no damage and stuff like that basically at this point, so... Yeah, Flame Shield duration is gonna go up a little bit when I finish my item Masterworking. And one of my... I mean, I have two items with 2 crits on Flame Shield duration, but one only has like a min roll Flame Shield duration. So I'm missing like 10% there as well, which is actually like, you know, 0.4 seconds or something like that. So that's actually quite a big deal. But it's just gonna take so much time retempering and re-getting all these items. Lightning Spear doesn't do any stagger. The Frozen Orb alone does basically all the stagger, and then you have like some lucky hit effects from the armor pieces, so like the chance to freeze on it and stuff like that. But Lightning Spear itself literally does nothing. I mean, it does like a tiny bit, but you know, it's pretty irrelevant. Well, that guy just hit me. Wow, this boss is annoying. But the highest attack speed breakpoint really feels good. Like, you definitely feel it. This boss. So, again, like, I'm still missing this 1 second, right? So, but I guess you can see I could just, you know, if I had the 1 second, I could just perma flame shield this boss without even noticing, like, without even moving. It's just like this last little second missing there on the cooldown. Whatever is this Lilith guy is doing there? I don't even get it. But yeah, so it's really just, you know, it becomes unmanageable, like all these bosses where I don't even see the abilities. I have to switch off damage numbers, basically. But yeah, so, I mean, I guess it's pointless pushing with that because I literally have no defenses whatsoever. So by putting this Flame Shield duration, obviously I even lose more hit points, right? So I have like 11k hit points now, and I also removed the damage reduction passives on the skill tree and stuff like that, right? So it's literally all gone. I don't even know if... Maybe I still have the damage reduction passives. I have to check, though. But I mean, it shouldn't be a problem. Like, if I had an upgraded Tarasha ring, I could probably switch already. No, they don't want it to work. I don't even know if they want it to work like this, but, you know. But I mean, it definitely works. I guess I've proven at this point that it will work. Yeah, but nobody... So this critical strike damage temper, it's only gonna matter for fire builds, really. So it's not gonna be that impactful, honestly. So let's do one higher. Do 93. Actually, I should go back to farming. Because this doesn't make any sense. I mean, crit damage is not... For Blizzard, you have Ice Spikes damage, and that is a multiplier of up to 120%, and the crit damage is up to 80%, so the Ice Spikes damage multiplier is just better. Really just fire builds, what it comes down to. Yeah, if you temper the items, they get account locked. Maybe they should just fix the bugs on Sorg. That would already help me. Because I literally just lost another 30% damage because Fridgit Fate is bugged, so... It's really, really bad. Oh, wow. So pushing with this is pretty pointless, actually. What is this spawn point? Wow. problem is if you are in the dungeon phase, right? Moving and casting Ice Blade together doesn't really work. So it's the design is that you have to stand still and cast Frozen Orb and Ice Blades. As soon as you have to move, you basically have to decide if you cast a Frozen Orb or an Ice Blade, which doesn't really, it kind of breaks the whole flow. So that you have like not enough cooldown reduction in this dungeon phase. But I mean, it's still working. I'm thinking you play this with Tarasha, Aspect of Ancient Flame, and then you would probably remove the one extra Frozen Orb cast from your weapon and exchange it by the Poison Temper, so you get one more Tarasha stack. I think that would probably be the best version for this, because you just gain the highest attack speed breakpoint. It frees like all those Paragon nodes, basically, for the Enchantment Master. I actually have to check. I think I can use a Legacy Tarasha ring just to check it out. Asus, there's nothing to do with unlimited mana, really. Asus is about how much attack speed you have. If you don't have enough attack speed, you play Asus. If you have enough attack speed, you don't. Again, you can check the description of this video, but, you know, I don't have the breakpoints yet for two-handed weapons. I only have them for wand and focus. So I have to get them for two-handed weapons. I wonder if they are the same also. I'm not entirely sure. But they might actually be the same. But I don't think so, actually. I think they have different breakpoints. These lightning guys, I'm just gonna skip these, really. I don't want to deal with those. And even more lightning guys, speaking of that. Look at... I cannot tell you this unless you're playing Wand and Focus. Again, I have the breakpoints for Wand and Focus in the description of this stream. Horrible boss. I'm actually so close to permanent right now. So I can definitely fix this without any problems. Ah, come on. That timing. I guess I'm not gonna make... I can still make it in time, I guess. We just reached the breakpoint, so you just reach the number of attack speed the breakpoint says. And then until you have the next breakpoint, you basically... It makes no sense investing in the attack speed. So, I don't really know what more to say about that. And like every time I get this clone, which is, you know, the only one which is breaking this last second I don't have, because like any other one would be easy. This is exactly the timing I don't have. Like, literally the clone attacks in exact the same time when my flame shield is on cooldown. Like, now he spawns and he attacks exactly when I don't have flame shield. It's like absolutely scuffed. Oh, so nice. Okay, I'm gonna go back to farming. This is pointless. But yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, it's proven at this point that it's gonna work. I just need some upgrades. Actually, I can test the Tarasha ring, I guess. I have a legacy one somewhere. This one here, right? I can use this one. Let's just assume this would be a real one. Which basically means we can remove this ring, right? And then we have 69% attack speed. So we're gonna go for Ace's Ferocity here. Then we're gonna imprint Ancient Flame somewhere. Where the control is. I'm not even gonna really lose major damage to this. So now I can basically remove 19% more attack speed. Which is basically gonna be all this garbage here. And do I still have the defensive nodes? No, I don't. I don't even know how many of these were, but I'm pretty sure I can remove these ones here as well. Then I could rebuild this whole Paragon board, right? This Paragon board is like complete dog shit right now. And let's remove these additive nodes here again. They're literally useless. Okay. Where am I? Where's my enchantment master? Here. No. Here. So now we have easy enchantment master, right? And I have 56.9. So I will still be at max attack speed. I'm only going to be losing control, which is not going to be active with the very big bosses. And we have bigger cooldown reduction now, so this should be enough for permanent, I guess. I cannot tell you how much cooldown reduction is needed because it's a combination of attack speed, cooldown reduction, and Icy Touch. Icy Touch? Icy Touch? Did I test Icy Touch? Icy Touch I didn't test yet, but I don't think it is, but I have to test it. But from the wording, it is not. Unfortunately, you cannot see it with the tooltip because it says cold damage. And cold damage is not going to multiply with the vulnerable damage there. So yeah, let's try this again. Icefall still good. What is Icefall? Is Icefall this one here? Icefall is working. I tested, yeah. Icefall is working. Fridgit Breeze not. Control applies when boss is staggered. Yes, that's the point. But since, again, in the very high tiers, right, the boss is not going to be staggered. So this, you know, you only have 3 stagger phases. And this really only works for the, like, while you're farming, right? So if you're pushing, like what I'm doing right now, the boss is not going to be staggered for a long time. It's going to be staggered 4 times, but that's not even going to be half of the boss fight. So basically you stop using control. And you would also stop using the control glyph. But again, so there's quite some stuff which has to be redone on this build. But yeah, it's very good that I actually figured out those attack speed breakpoints. I'm actually way too high, by the way. So, again, it's 88.2. So, 88.2 is the highest attack speed breakpoint there. You cannot reach anything higher than this. And I'm actually like, you know, I'm at 100 right now. So, I'm like actually having 12% attack speed too much. But, you know, I'm just testing stuff here right now. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be permanent, by the way, on the boss. I mean, my damage is a little low. Cannot deny that. But it's like so annoying that these bugs are in there. I mean, I don't even know if it's bugs, but you know what blows my mind is like literally every Sorc build is using Fridgit Fate. Literally every Sorc build is using Storm Swell. Like that is really on every single Sorc build. And it literally does nothing. Like not even close. Like it does absolutely zero. It really gives you like 50% additive damage to your vulnerable or something like that. So it is mind-blowing. So literally all Sorc builds have to be redone. Like every single one has to be reworked. Every single Paragon board has to be changed. Fridgit Fate has to be removed from every single Paragon board. What's exchanging the aspect is not a huge deal, but it is like, that's just like so crazy. And then there's one more thing with Devouring Blaze. So I'm not 100% sure if Devouring Blaze is really